Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome to today. My phone decided a restart was in order. So here we are. Another chance to make today beautiful. It's blustery out today. The birds are soaring. Welcome. Welcome, and I love you. Okay? There you go. There you go. Let's tap on into the energies of today. I feel like this guy is gonna go on the floor, so we'll just move him over here. Yes, let's do it. Let's tap on in. Whew. So, calibration energies are happening. Yesterday, my hearing went on the left side of me. Well, it was weird. It was like I could hear everything and hear nothing. It was like it was plugged, but I could also hear. It was weird. It was weird. It's still not quite. You know how when you go underwater and your ear kind of plugs, or you go up a mountain and your ear plugs? It's like that. Yeah, I can still kind of hear my voice like it's on a radio or something in my brain on that side. So I don't know what that's about, but if you're having any sort of body things, this is part of your recalibration, right? We've got DNA structures that are reorganizing themselves and unlocking, and gifts and ways of perceiving and receiving, and all these things are happening on all of the levels, and physical is just one of them. All right, so give your body what it needs, the rest, the love, the nutrients, the water, and trust that it's part of a process that will right itself. But also use your discretion. If you're worried, go see a doctor, right? I'm not giving professional advice. I'm just giving intuitive advice that works with your intuition, and then between the two of us, maybe one of us will figure something out, right? Okay, let's see what the Acturians have for us to look and consider today. What, Acturians? What? What you got for us today? That card. What's this one? What is this one? You'd think I'd remember all of them. I tell ya, out of sight, out of mind. It's surrender, okay? Yes, the energy of surrender helps you to focus on your heart and your feelings. Surrender is necessary to release old patterns and prevent you from opening up your heart. Surrender makes your fear vanish. Think about when you're trying to control, when you're trying to hold on, when you're trying to resist, you are clutching at the thing. Okay, so my son and I have this thing where we refer to it as monkey pawing a thing. And there's this trap that they use somewhere, and it's a box with a piece of fruit in it and a hole at the bottom. And the monkey reaches into the box, grabs onto the fruit, and then traps itself in the box, right? And All it has to do to free itself is let go of the thing that it wants so bad and pull its hand out, right? And so there's something to do with holding on to something so tightly that you never get it. You never receive it, and you end up trapping yourself, right? So to surrender is to release the thing that you want so bad to free yourself. And you are more likely to receive, not necessarily in the case with the monkey, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a reference of holding on to something too tightly, right? Okay. There was also the black cat, which at the bottom of the deck, which represents death and release, right? The releasing of the old so that the new can be born. It's the same thing. If you've got something in your hand, you can't hold other things. You can't catch other things. Well, there you are. Right? So this surrender is the act of receiving. You are surrendering, you're opening up to receive. Okay. Let's get a rune. I tell you, never have I ever had a plant that was so thirsty all the time. What do we got here? Perthrow. Okay. Yes, good omen, initiation, transformation. Okay, connection to your higher self, your intuition, your third eye, knowing. Let's read it. Okay, Perthrow. Good omen, fate, the unknown, initiation, and the occult. See, this is the thing. A lot of the times when we're heading into the unknown, it triggers a quick control everything, prepare for everything, do all of the things so that we know, so that we can be prepared, so that we're not caught, vulnerable, off guard, or unsure, right? And this surrendering as you move into the unknown, this is about divine faith and trust in yourself, your ability to adapt, the universe to hold and support you, all of the things. Okay. Cosmic and primal laws unfold. And she moves before her, and she moves between their patterns, playing out her unique journey with the choices she makes of her own free will. Okay. So this is about recognition of your power, surrendering to who you are meant to be, what your soul signed up for, right? We all kind of have missions in this world to anchor in the love frequency, to hold the love frequency, which I guess is anchoring, to share the love frequency, to be the love frequency, and inspire others with, through, for, on the love frequency, right? And so this is faith in love, that when you are embodying and moving through with, for love, all things are possible, and you are held, you are safe, you are provided for, you are supported. And this contributes to your surrender, your knowing of this, right? Not your thinking, not your believing it so, but you're knowing it. There's no room for doubt. There's no disbelief when you know, right? So let's get another Shuffy in here. Okay. So what is our main thing? Okay, our main thing is our attention to the world we are trying to create, the world we are creating. Not trying to, we are creating it. There is no try, only do, right? So you've got your balance, right? We established this when this came out in the other reading, where the Arcturian card was the symbol, which was balance, right? So this is the masculine and the feminine, the balance between the doing and the being, and your wielding of this magic wand of duality, peering behind the veil. This is like my whiteboard of creation, right? You've got the old, like your drawing board, your vision board, and you've got the old world and you've got the new world here. And you're like, I'll take this and I'll move that and I'll get rid of this and I'll use that, right? So surrender is one of your balancing. There's a time to act and there's a time to surrender, right? Your action is the planting of the seed. Your surrender time is allowing the seed to grow. And at the bottom of the deck was the Seven of Cups, which was the main card yesterday's reading. And it was about celebrating how far you've come, celebrating the work you've done, the healing you've achieved, the mindsets and belief systems you've anchored in, and what you've got coming for you and what you've got going for you now. These are all things to celebrate and focus on. And this is something you can choose to do at any point, right? You can choose to be like, oh, there's so much I don't know, and I have to spend my time and efforts trying to figure everything out. Or you can choose to just flow and roll with it and trust that it will all work out and that the things will play out and the nudges, you will be guided and led, and you will see the nudges and the signs and synchronicities, and you'll get where you're going. You don't have to overthink about it at all, right? Yes, this choice. The old way of thinking and the new way of thinking is another way of looking at this, right? Also, this balancing with your intuition. Look at the size of this moon. It's also in the central figure. This figure is blindfolded. So they're not using their eyes to make choices. They're using the connection to their intuition to balance, right? To find balance and to make the right choices. So we're kind of in one foot in each world right now, and our free will is still choosing how and what we engage with. Yes, how and what we engage with, but it's something we don't have to overthink. Our heart knows, right? Love knows what's best for all. Okay, we got a group here. Yes. So you are creating boundaries for yourself as you're moving away from the drama, the noise, the chaos, right? From the old world into the new world. This card here represents the action, the physical action you take and create. I guess it's on all the levels to remove yourself from the old world, right? The old world being struggle, conflict, drama, expenditures of energy in the wrong directions, right? So this is about you creating boundaries, saying no, and moving yourself away from those things that go against a regulated nervous system, that go against a calm, peaceful heart space. And you're moving towards sparks of inspiration, of creation, of newness, right? This is also burning the old ways. You want to sever the tie to the old world so that you can fully step in with both feet into the new world. And so this is also like lighting the match or the wick to blow up the old way, the bridge that you cross, leaving the old behind, right? Just make sure you're fully off the bridge before you blow it up. So this movement, but yes, the boundaries are very important. Okay, and the recognition of what sparks you, what lights your fire, your internal flame, what makes you go, ooh, I want to do this. Ooh, this feels so good. Ooh, I can't wait to get in on that and do that, right? This is your King of Swords action, right? You're transformed, you're speaking your truth, you've got a high level of discernment, you're tapped into your intuition. Look at all this transformation energy with the butterflies, your perspective, you're up high in the sky, right? You've got clouds around you, but they're not obstructing your vision because you are tapped into your intuition here. Okay. And taking actions on it, taking actions on inspiration. Okay, I actually want to put those on that side like that. Your King of Swords energy is also who determines what and where you need to remove yourself from or move yourself towards, right? Every time you choose to engage with something, you are attaching it to you, your energy. And it is kind of like a mini contract. And so to choose not to engage, to choose not to pick the things up, is a way of moving yourself into calmer waters. You are assessing the situation, the conflict, the drama, the bait, right? And choosing something else like, yes, we could argue about this, and I can put a lot of energy into trying to convince you, but are you actually able of being convinced? Are you able to see another person's perspective, my perspective on this? I don't think you can. I think you're pretty shut down. So I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even going to allocate any of my energy towards this. I'm okay with you thinking what you're going to think, and I'm going to go over here, right? There are ways that we can utilize this method of checking in, centering, and grounding and creating boundaries for ourselves. This is a recognition like I could use my energy on you, or I could use it on me. And we are so much in the we're been there, done that, overusing our energy on people who just want to suck it out of us, right? There's no return. It's just a one-way shop, stop, top. topper, stopper, shopper, topper, shopper, stopper. Anyways, I don't know. Okay. So, but yes, you are embodying love, okay? And so it's not like, I don't want any of your drama. It's, well, it is, but it's not so defensive or confrontational as that either, right? Because we are embodying love. We do understand and recognize. And sometimes people just want to argue for argue's sake because they want to release some of the energy, right? And your discernment game on what, where, when, and how, and who is really going to help you navigate yourself in and around all of the things, especially when you're coming from a place of love, from grounded, centered, balanced within kind of love, right? It's like, okay, I recognize you want to fight. I'm not going to put any energy towards that. So I'm leaving now. I wish you love. I wish you good luck. I recommend you go scream into a pillow or, bear hug a tree, whatever you got to do, right? But don't give it to me. I don't want it. I don't want it. And it's okay for you to do that. I mean, we should normalize checking in with others. Are you able to hold space for me while I vent? And allow that other person the opportunity to check in with self and be like, actually, I can. Okay, let me ground myself, go for it, right? But a lot of times it's like we're just throwing stuff at people. Here, take this. And the other person's like, I can't, I've got too much. Now you're throwing stuff on me. Rah! Right? And it turns into this domino effect. So, okay. Okay, so we've got transformation here. Yes. Okay. And this is telling me, sorry, that you are able to discern because of everything that you have gone through yourself, right? You have learned how to emotionally regulate yourself. And this was a direct result from living and surviving in environments that weren't emotionally regulated. It actually forced you to go within because that was the only safe place around you. And this is part of the beautiful pressure and heat that creates diamonds, right? That compacts coal into diamonds. And it also is what has contributed to your elevation, your perspective, your understanding of hurt and trauma, right? And so you're more easily able to recognize it in others and not in a place of judgment, like, you got a lot of crap you got to deal with, honey. Like, it's not about that. It's about like this heart-based recognition, understanding, like, I see wounds, I see pains. This is about not taking somebody else's actions personal because you recognize it's their trauma, it's their wounds responding, it's their pain body reacting, right? And this is what centers and grounds you into your heart space, into the love space, into the non-reactive, non-defensive responding, but still making clear boundaries. Just because you recognize it's not your job to heal other people. Everybody's responsible for their own healing. And the only thing you can do is facilitate a healing environment and not contribute to avoidance of dealing, right? the more people have others to dump their stuff on, the less likely they will come back to themselves. Just like you had to survive by going within because there was nowhere else to go. You are, by creating a boundary and not allowing another person to project their wounds upon you, you are actually creating a safe container in a way for them to hold it, if that makes sense. Okay. Yes. Okay. More confirmation of this wounded heart, working through pains, right? Working through heartache, and this contributing to your overall understanding and ability to recognize. This is all that the King of Swords had to endure, go through, overcome, heal, process, transmute in order to become a king, to become one discerning and trusting, not in the eyes, but in the heart, and speaking truth, right? Like he's all blue, just like the throat chakra. And that sort of truth. And just like a king, not everybody has access to throw their garbage at the king, right? There's a few boundary points that people have to cross. But the king can still be of service and help others, but not at the expense of their own. And this is something that you've learned, how to value your nervous system, and also how much more valuable you are when you are grounded in love. Okay. So we've got stuff happening behind the scenes. Okay, so I feel like with this surrendering, trusting that all the things are working for your greatest and highest good. You know, conflicts that come up in your life is a good opportunity for you to witness where you're at, how you receive, how you process, and how you respond. We are mirrors to each other, right? So we're projecting upon each other the things that we are having a hard time seeing. And there's something about this trust in all things being part of your path. If the very least, it allows you just enough to remove yourself a little from the situation and become the witness of it, right? It's a shift of perspective. This is another way of detaching from a certain circumstance. Why does this matter so much, right? Why am I responding in this way? Even if you're still going through the motions, but a part of you, part of your brain is observing. And later on, as you are processing the encounter, you have that extra perspective of like, yeah, I was really, losing my crap, and how did it even start? And you backtrack back and you see, oh, it was this and this, and oh, when I said this to this person and they responded this way, I triggered their one of their core wounds, which is actually one of my core wounds. Wow, we were actually fighting about the same thing, and all this stuff, right? This is that mining for the gold and the gems in the darkness. Okay, but this process takes patience, right? This is this process of moving oneself away from drama and conflict towards peace and love, right? It takes dedication, time, compassion. It's not a flip switch. It's not a switch you can flip, right? It's something that you have to allow care and attention and time. Just like with the seeds, right? You have to allow the seed to grow for it to bloom. And this is that surrender. So surrendering to your now circumstances, because there's nothing you can do right now to change your now circumstances. Your now circumstances are a result of choices and mindsets and belief systems that you've already made in the past. So if you want something different in the future, you have to make different choices in your now. And so be patient and be grateful for the circumstances that are in your now, because they are signals, they are communication, they are blueprints or schematics of where you're at, right? Where you are on all of the levels. If you're surrounded by chaos and conflict and you are still able to maintain a detached, compassionate, holding the love space, non-reaction, able to distinguish what is yours and what isn't yours, this is success, right? And this is going to contribute to future ease, because conflict, what is it? Misery loves company. And so, those people who used to fight with or argue with all the time, as soon as you stop volleying the ball back to them, they're like, oh, well, I'm not getting the thing from you that I used to get, and so I gotta go somewhere else, right? And you're fine. Like, things just right themselves. Things just work themselves out, okay? Devils, adversaries, conflict, doubt, fear, limiting beliefs, all of the adversary things, these are reflections and signposts, indicators, and the actual mechanics of pressuring in the becoming, right? This king couldn't have become the king until they went through all of the process, right? And this experience is what leads to a certain level of insight and self-mastery. Because just like looking back and processing a conflict after the fact, your experiences in life, you are able to do that too. And like many pieces of the puzzle, see, each experience gives you a little piece of the puzzle. You have enough experiences, you get enough pieces, you put them all together, and now you have a fuller, rounder, more cohesive understanding of what, where, when, how, why, and who, right? And so experience is necessary in learning how to choose love in the face of everything, and evolve, and to know, and to surrender. Yes, that's where I was going. Okay, so we got the moon falling out on the love. Okay, so there's still in divine timing revealing of the effects of your efforts. And that's okay. This is, like I say, a generational jam stuckness, right? It's like the machine that is your ancestral line has been fused in one position, right? Survival, struggle, conflict, work hard, defend, scenario-wise the worst case, and, prepare for everything, right? And you are in the process of, if not have already, broken that fuse and have turned things differently, have moved things, have shifted things. And it takes a minute for the water to redirect. I don't know, now we're in some sort of, it was like first it was a train track, and you got that little thing and you can move the train from going that way to going this way or whatever. And it was jammed this way. And so this train was just going around in circles, but you've managed to figure out how to shift the track. And now you're just waiting for the train to move on this new course, right? And on the new track. And it is a lot of unknowns because we're so used to this way, right? And now we're going to be heading straight into, say it's a tunnel, right? Maybe this way was just open and you can see where you're going in a circle. And this way is heading into a tunnel. And what's there, we don't know, right? This is the trust. This is the fear. Not the fear, the absence of fear, right? This is the spark of inspiration, the excitement, like, oh, I'm the potential, right? And this is the other thing, you are actually creating what's on the other side of the tunnel. Maybe you're even in the tunnel. Maybe you've already left the old way. You can't see it anymore. Now you're in this dark, unknown space, and you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And what it opens up to, you have no idea. It could be a dystopian world, or it could be a utopian, right? And so you're choosing, this is part of why you are the creator of that world you are about to embark on. And you choose, and you've chosen love. I mean, we all have free will. We can change our mind and choose differently at any point, right? But this is a recognition that things take time, that momentum needs to build, that there is a collaboration here, and your thoughts, your beliefs, your resonance contributes to the manifestation. And so holding the love frequency, especially in the face of uncertainty and unknown, is the true surrender. And it is what has to, by divine law, produce loving results. Yes. Okay. That's what I want to say. Okay, let's get some fairy here. Let's lighten it up with some fairy. Although sometimes, well, fairies, I find they're a really good balance between the light and the dark. They're whatever is needed, right? They'll give it to us straight. Now, there are a lot of swords out, so I feel like this is something related to your words, right? Your communication, how you are speaking to yourself, to others, and to this world you are creating. It's very important. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. The fairies have spoken. Okay, we have Mike the Myomancer. MYK? Is that Mike? Or is it Mick the Myomancer? Okay. He's a 42 and I was on 24. That's interesting because I came up in the other reading. 24, 42. Okay. Mike the Myomancer, small clues, details, the messages everywhere, and patience. Beautiful confirmation. Did I show you? Did I show you Mike? Mike the Myomancer. Okay. He almost looks like Hoggle from the Labyrinth. A Myomancer reads the past, present, and potential of all beings in the movements of mice. Okay. Mike is particularly fond of reading and movements of field mice as they are livelier and better fed than church mice. Mike could read the same things by reading berries or the patterns made by falling leaves or any one of the billion other things, but his specialty is mice. He can learn endless things from the way they twitch their whiskers and hold their tails. He sees hidden information in the patterns of growth and coloration in their fur, and the way the wind ripples it, and how they preen themselves. Little things can tell us a lot. Everything bears messages about the universe around us. Studying the details sometimes enables us to deduce the whole. Yeah, King of Swords. The entire universe is one piece, and each fragment of that one unity reflects and is connected to all the others. That famous philosopher Anonymous once said, "The lifting of a finger disturbs the furthest star." Mike says it works the other way around too. He advises us to make a slow and observant study of the little things and their even smaller details in the world around us. He says that such study not only helps us enhance our understanding of life, unity, and everything, but it also helps to develop a joyful patience and a deeper philosophy. Starter reading. Attention to detail is important at this time. Little things are not only important in themselves, but they also give you important information about larger things. Look for the inner hidden meanings in ordinary objects, happenings, and experiences. Life is trying to teach you something by speaking to you gently. With luck and application, you will get the message before it has to speak to you more loudly. Body language in humans as well as mice may give you very useful information at this present time, especially if you learn to read it properly. The clues to the answers you seek and the things you need to know are all around you. You are surrounded by omens, portents, and signs, but the signs are not written on billboards in large letters. They're in the small happenings of your life. Be awake and aware. Hint: if you work out what the question really is, it is much easier to recognize the answer when it comes. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to read the reversed for some reason. Possibly we are ignoring information readily available to us because we think the source is not important enough to pay attention to, or perhaps we are seeing the messages and denying their validity because we don't like them. These are very human, not very wise things to do. On the other hand, we might need to realize that while everything has meaning, not all meanings are worth worrying about. Sometimes it is important to keep the broad picture in mind and avoid getting lost in the details. If we feel confused by too many details and can't see the storm for the raindrops, we can try backing up and looking at our overall goals and situation. So there's that balance in perspective and how you can find the clues to everything. Find the clues to everything. Okay. And then we've got the roar, which is a theta 2. Where is he? Wild energy and pure potential. Okay. A roar in your card encourages you to be especially attentive to what you are doing with your energy and your intentions. Don't get carried away by the roar's bouncy enthusiasm, but do take advantage of the energy. You can accomplish a great deal with the energy being made available to you. This is a good time. Note that the roar is not grounded, and is not meant to be. But humans need to keep their feet firmly on earth. When you encounter the roar, breathe slowly, center earth yourself, be clear about your objectives, and then go for them. Reversed, the roar upside down indicates a terrible problem. Both the quant and the roar are losing or have lost control and are thrashing about in midair. Fairy glamour and fairy zaps are running wild. Illusions and delusions are rife. Misunderstandings escalate. A cold shower is definitely in order. Practice grounding exercise, meditate, back off, and look at things coolly. This may not be enough, but please try. Okay, but I don't think we're in the reverse here. It's just in the case of balancing, I think it's important to note. Okay, and we've got the Singer of Initiation, Passage Through Trial, Triumph, and New Level. Breakthrough. Drawing this card notifies us that significant change and challenge are both occurring in our lives, with the potential for moving into a new realm, which involves a new way of being. This major change has been building for a long time, and its momentum and the moment is now here to meet this challenge. We may already be aware of the initiation process, but perhaps have only seen it as bad luck or fate. It is neither. It is an opportunity to see if we have deep down truly learned the lessons we have been working on and are willing to apply them in our lives. Often, knowing just what the initiation is about can seem one of the most difficult aspects of the process. However, once passed, it eventually will become clear in hindsight. For now, we only need to know, as the singer said to one Oracle group member, it can be done, look with your heart. The presence of the singer of initiation in a reading often presages a period of success, of seeing, accepting, and using our own powers at higher and more ethical levels. We move into greater fulfillment of our potential. It also means taking on a new level of responsibility for ourselves and the world. The gate is open to us, but we must take the action of stepping through it. Okay, so that is confirming this reading and your experience, the things that you had to go through to get there was part of your initiation process. And now that you are leading from the heart space, right? This compassion, this non-defensive way of engaging. This is part of your new higher perspective and abilities, really, and this love frequency that you can hold and offer others who aren't there yet or don't know how, right? Even as if it's as an example, setting a clear example on how to create boundaries or how to not engage, this too teaches and learns and supports and shows, right? And allows others to experience something different, a new way. Look at that gorgeous one. Okay, how about a love message? Okay, let's, the crystals want to come out. And then we'll love message it. Okay, crystals. What do you got for us? Surrender to the process, the work that you've done, the healing, your transformation. Yeah, because Perthrow was initiation, wasn't it? Okay. 31. Spiritual path. Know that your current direction is in line with your divine spiritual path. Trust your internal knowing and live your truth. Living from this space will continue to manifest positive changes in your life and the lives of those around you. Beautiful confirmation. Your willingness to transform limiting beliefs has enabled you to reach new levels of growth and understanding. Enjoy this period of insight and apply your new understanding to all aspects of your life. Embrace the universal flow of creation and rejoice in the unlimited potential of your unique self. Pay attention to the signs and synchronistic events occurring around you and allow feelings of gratitude, joy, and wonder to mark each day as you shine bright from within. With love, 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 love. Yes. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay. Let's get some love messages. Close for the line. These ones. You're magical. Yeah, you are. And you've worked hard to become so. So surrender to it. Your heart knows. Your intuition knows. And that beautiful balance between the two is gorgeous. Okay, dance with your eyes closed. This is a beautiful act of surrender, surrendering to the music and to your body to move you. And when you are having your eyes closed, you are surrendering to the moment, to the feeling. You are centering in, you are grounding, you are being present. And this is beautiful. And shine bright like a diamond. Yes, you have endured a lot of heat and pressure becoming a diamond. And so surrender to this transformation and be your beautiful, shining sparkling, sharp as AF self, right? Because diamonds are pretty sharp. Okay, there's the reading for today. This gorgeous reading for today. Okay. Yes, you're grounded into your heart space, to your love. Keep making boundaries to support this movement away from, look at it as a misuse of your energy into a more appropriation. No, appropriate energy using. Okay, you always have the choice. So always choose the love. Look at this card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful love. Okay, yes, King of Swords energy, discerning, trusting, transformed, and gorgeous. And remember, this is a good omen, right? This is part of this process. So surrender and like water, go with the flow. Yes, and patience, all in divine timing, right? Okay, there you have it. Love and appreciate you. Wishing you all the good stuff. See you next time. Bye.